Well, hi everyone. This is DearMamaSal, and we're live on a Friday evening, which means it's time for us to talk about coping with life. And as usual on a Friday evening, we're cooking up a storm on a limited budget. And today we're making meal prepping for the month with some chicken. Now, I eat chicken about once a week. So basically, I just need to create 4 meals and I will have the chicken for the month. I probably will end up with a lot more than 4. I probably end up with nearly twice that. So that is the interesting part about doing it this way. As usual, we're going to be using leftovers. I've got leftover vegetables for the week, and I've got quite a few of them, as you can see. And I've chopped them up into various sizes because we're going to use them in different ways. And so, just a word of advice to any of the viewers who might watch this later. Just to let you know, there will be no broadcast on Sunday because it's Super Bowl Sunday, and you know that is not a day that we want to be doing a broadcast. So, from that perspective, please make sure you know and other people know in case they going, what happened to Sal on Sunday? I will put up a notice, but just in case anybody missed it, I would appreciate it if you could share that information. No broadcast on Sunday. All right, so here we go. Let me get some light on the scene. Hold on one second. And here we go. That's a bit better. So we're going to do a number of different things that hopefully will create some interesting quick meals for the month. What I've discovered is pre-cooking the meat beforehand is a really fun way to go, even though you don't quite know how you're going to use it. Cook it so you know it's done, and then you can choose whether you want to grind it up and have, ground turkey or ground chicken. I was meant to have turkey today. And it was the one thing they didn't deliver, if you can believe it. But whether you want to grind it up into ground chicken, whether you want to have it as chicken cubes or whatever, doesn't really matter. But what I do is I cook it up so I know it's done, and I can slice some for deli meat. It's amazing all the different things you can do with it. So I have they sent me, instead of the turkey, they replaced it with about a pound, 2 pounds of chicken breasts, all right? So that's what we're going to work with. And as you know, about 3 ounces is a serving. If we have more than that, we are being very generous to ourselves, but 3 ounces is enough for a serving. Very important to know. I'm going to put that back in the fridge while we prepare everything else. This is marinating in lime juice, soy sauce, some lemon pepper. I think that's about it. And I've had it marinating for about an hour, just so that you know. All right, so what we're going to do is first of all, I wanted to tell you about the lemon trick. This lemon looks rather strange, and the reason is it's been in my freezer. Every now and then, my supermarket will have 3 for the price of 1 type lemon deal. And what I do is I buy 3, knowing I'm never going to use 3 in a hurry. I just huck them into my freezer as they are, just like this. In they go. And then when I'm doing something like this, where I'm going to need lemon or lemon juice or whatever, I just pull it out, and I've just had it in the water with the vegetables, and it should now be thawed. Let's see how it's doing. There we go. And lemon. So easy. So you can buy it the easy way, all right, and the cheaper way, and then just leave it in the freezer until you want to use it, and then defrost it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I've got fireworks going off. I'm going to take out some of the vegetables for making roasted vegetables. All right, so I got some zucchini. I've got some carrots. Put some more zucchini in there. I've got some leeks. These are leeks. In case any of you hear me talk about leeks, in case you don't know what it looks like this. And if you buy one, you can just put it in a glass of water, and then whenever I want leeks, I just cut off the top and use it, and then it'll grow a bit more, and I cut off the top. It's a bit like my green onions. So I've got some leeks that I've cut up, so I'm going to put those in. I've got some celery, more carrot. I've got some spaghetti squash. By the way, at the beginning of the month, I bought a cabbage and a spaghetti squash. And here is the cabbage. Doesn't have to be in the fridge. We're going to be using, so I'm used about half of it or about two. And this is my spaghetti squash. Again, it's not in the freezer or fridge or anything. It's just sitting, it's actually in my spare toaster oven. So then we've got some more celery, got some red pepper. Let's cut that up a bit. And I think we've got some yellow pepper. Cut that up a bit and put it in, the yellow pepper. Oh, we got some onion. Throw that in, a couple of bits of onion. Now, think about how long they take. How long they take to actually cook. Hi, Beth. Good to see you. Good night, honey. And I hope she's okay. Can you just let us know she's okay? Victoria's okay? Okay, I'm not sure if she's still there. So what we're doing is think about how quickly, yeah, Beth's saying that she's okay, but she's doing emotionally. As I said, it will take a while for her body to heal, and then, of course, the emotional healing takes even longer. So give her her love, please, and let her know that we were thinking of her. And our thoughts and prayers are with her, as you already know. All right, so think about how long certain vegetables take to cook. Zucchini doesn't take very long to cook. All right, spaghetti squash doesn't take very long to cook. Onion takes longer. So carrots take longer. So you cut them up in terms of the length of time it takes to cook. So I've got these carrot sticks here, and I cut them like this. So if I want to have them raw, I can. But we're going to put those into roast, so I'm going to cut those up about a third of that. And that'll make them cook a little bit faster. Okay. So now we've got one thing of roasted vegetables, and we need to tuck them in there. I'm going to put in some oil. Just spritz that up. I'm going to put in some Chinese vegetable spice. That's not it. It's just Chinese spice, and it's great on vegetables. There you go. And I think I've read this out to you before, but in case you've missed it in the past, let me tell you what's in there. It has fennel, coriander, star aniseed, cassia, mandarin peel. Yum. Really nice on vegetables. Gives it a bit of a kick. So put that in there, and we'll put, remember our dried vegetables that I turned into a spice? I'm going to throw some of that in, just to extra taste of vegetables in there. And then I'm also going to put in some black pepper. There we go. And that should be nice and tasty. There we go. So, those are our roasted vegetables. And actually, I think I'll do the same again. You know something? Then I can freeze them. So there we go. Oh, put them in a bag. Get the moisture off them first. We've got enough to do the same again. So marrow, zucchini, call it marrow in England 30 years ago. Here we go. Oh. Celery. Mix. Red pepper. Yellow pepper. Oh, potato. Didn't have potato in the other one. So we'll put the potato in this one. Put some potato in there. Apparently potato sinks. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Onion, got the onion. Right, and let's put in some oil, some black pepper. Oh, wrong one. Where's the 5 spices? What did I do with it? Oh. We know it's here because I just used it. There it is. Try to get away from me. Right. There we go. So let's put those in. And then on top, we are going to put in our chicken. As I said, it's been marinating for about an hour now. So yum. And what we're going to do is we're going to quickly make a coating for it. And I'm going to be using for this coating some parsley, some dried parsley that I dehydrated over the summer. And I'm going to put in some Parmesan cheese. Just happen to have some flaky Parmesan cheese. I'm going to use some of the dried vegetables. Gives it a really nice taste. And then a little bit of lemon pepper. A little bit of black pepper. Now, here is a great trick I found. I buy almond cashew granola. And in here, glasses, I tell you, it really works. So in here, we have got whole grain oats, whole grain wheat, sugars, a little bit of brown sugar, some corn syrup solids, barley malt extract, rice flour, whey powder, cornstarch, soybean oil, almonds, cashews, natural flavor, rice bran extract, a little bit of salt. And it makes a really great coating for chicken. So we're going to huck that in. Now you can choose whether to grind it up finely, which is what I'm going to do, or to have it as a crispy coating. I'll be right back. I forgot the paprika, didn't I? Oh. Okay, need some paprika in there. It's chicken, for goodness sakes, huh? Okay. And now we have a really nice coating for the chicken. So 2 really nice big chicken breasts, as you can see. These are just the fillets. So yeah. Now I have found, I don't know about you guys, but if you do it once and let it sit for a little bit like this, and then just do it again, It just does a better job. Don't know why, but it does. Okay. So a couple of pounds of chicken, like that. We're going to put it in the air fryer at 350 for 20 minutes and see how we do. Alexa, 10-minute warning. Let's hope she reminds me. So pretty easily done. Now, what I've got is chicken that will keep me going for most of the month. And the thing is, what else am I going to do with it? So I'm going to take this breading sauce, and this is another idea. I don't know if you've ever tried that, for those of you trying to eat more healthily. These are discs made of cabbage, all right? So it's just a disc of cabbage like this. And what you do is you just put it down like this. You spritz some oil on it and some seasoning. Turn it over. And then I'm going to, after the chicken is finished, I'm just going to cook those up and then put the chicken on top of it. So, any of you ever tried that? Works really well. All right, so the rest of the marinade, oh, there's a little bit of chicken in there. You try to do that. You go in what's left of the seasoning. You tried to get away from getting cooked. Didn't work. Sneaky. All right, now, I don't know about you guys, but whatever marinade is there, I throw away. And so we've got chicken with roasted vegetables. We've got chicken on top of a steak made of cabbage. That's going to be another meal. And now what I'm going to do is to make some chicken pot pies very quickly with what is left. So I've got some little bits of cabbage that fell off. I've got that there. I'm going to put in a can of condensed mushroom soup. But not yet. We're going to cook the vegetables first. Okay. And And then we're going to use up the rest of these vegetables, or most of them anyway. So cut up some onion. Yep. And we're going to get some of our leeks are going in. It's the green. And some celery, smaller than before. Some smaller carrots. Some spaghetti squash. And I'm just going to cut that into smaller pieces. The pepper. Some yellow pepper. Yeah, what else haven't I got in there? Ah, zucchini. Oh, and then I've got some celery leaves in there. Oh, potato. Nearly forgot about that. By the way, I leave the potato on. All right, so Isabel's saying the cabbage will be delicious. It will. These days I'm doing some chips with Brussels sprouts layer by layer. Did you ever try? No, I haven't tried that yet. It's interesting. You would be surprised of all the little bugs I found along the way, really. Okay, so I'm putting some potato in. I'm leaving the skin on because that's all good fiber. Yeah. All right, pretty good. Okay, and I'm going to find the lid. You know it has a lid. There it is. And what I'm going to do is while I'm turning over the vegetables and the chicken, I will be putting this in the microwave. I just can't run the microwave and the air fryer at the same time. So this is just going to cook up normally. These are left over. Don't think we'll need those. How many of you remember when we made that spaghetti pie? I want to tell you, I had the last of it. I think it's the last of it this week. And every time I pulled that out of the freezer and warmed it up, and ate it, I went, boy, that tastes so good. So I'm going to be making my next one out of lasagna because I noticed that I've got lasagna that I need to start using. You remember when we did the big stock up for the pandemic? So the next one I'm going to do is do the same sort of thing, but do it with pieces of um, lasagna pasta. So that's going to be fun. Did you all have a good week? I hope. And thank you, Isabel, for adding the idea of the Brussels sprouts. Where did you find the bugs? It is the reason why I cut up my vegetables and put them in water, because you never know what's inside there. Funny enough, as you go down a leak, there's often quite a lot of earth in there, because as it grows, rain spatters and spatters the earth into the between the leaves. So, but the top ones not so much. All right, it's just about done. So I'm just going to turn these over. Ah, no, I was going to cook the vegetables, wasn't I? Hold on. Now, I don't need to completely cook them. What I'm doing is I am sort of just cooking them for 3 minutes. I'll turn them over, cook them for another couple, and that should be enough. So I know uh, they're at least partially cooked. Because obviously, I will then put them in to freeze, and then when I thaw them, they will get cooked again. So that'll do the rest. Alexa, stop. Okay, so wow, Isabel's saying they have minus 50. Is that minus 50 centigrade or Fahrenheit? Actually, it's about the same, I think, once you get to the zeros, the minuses. Um, that is ridiculously cold. That's in Quebec, right, it is? So with the wind chill factor, it was minus 50. That is pretty darn cool. Yeah. Daniel, her husband, says that the bugs are good protein. Yep. Yeah, good idea. All right, so uh, let that cook. One of the things I wanted to talk about is be really aware of what is using up your fridge space. All right. I found that I can keep a cabbage going outside of the fridge for just about a month without it going nasty. What I do is I just peel off a little bit every day to use it, and then, and now I'm putting some into the meal prep. And the same thing with the spaghetti squash. Don't use up valuable fridge space. Yeah, Isabel's saying it's crazy. 2 seconds outside and you would freeze. Yes. And the thing is that people live in those temperatures. So I'm pretty certain in Siberia, they go outside when it's that temperature. They just really cover themselves up very, very well. So for those of us who are not used to it, though, it is just, I mean, to me, yeah, -10 is horrific. So -50 is, I don't even want to think about. How long was it that temperature? Mm. For those of you listening to this, Isabel was saying they actually put up special shelters for for people. What about the homeless people? How did they cope with it? Wow, that's good. Isabel's saying that she had a car plugged in and it did start, so that is awesome. Yeah, and Kim, who lives in Wyoming, which gets some pretty nasty temperatures as well, said it's been like that here where I live, and it feels like someone's throwing ice in your face. Yeah, it is that cold. Ugh, horrible, horrible, horrible. Um, which is why I don't live in either of those two places. I just cannot imagine -50. Actually, I can. I've been in that temperature now that I think about it. I think it was close to that when I was up in the Yukon. And it's like people were walking around in shorts, if you can believe it. I remember saying that that's a whole new definition of macho in my life. Yeah, and Kimmy's saying we've got -1. It's a heat wave here. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. All right, so now the nice easy way to make pot pie. Come on. Actually, it's super. The chicken is very nearly cooked. It won't take very long. Jody, if you hear it beeping, let me know. All right, so now we've got the vegetables just par cooked, as in partially cooked. And what I'm going to do is throw in the mushroom soup. thinking it might even take a second lot. Maybe not. I'll add a little bit of. Now, everything tells me to put another can of soup in there. Hold on one second. And by the way, I buy a flat of mushroom soup, condensed mushroom soup, whenever it goes on sale. But it's very reasonable. It makes a great sauce. Yeah. That's much better. Okay, so again, when you're eating on a dime, think about this. A can of soup will cost you about $1.50, and it makes a great sauce. Obviously, has a little bit more sodium in it because it's in a can, but you're not going to eat it every day. So it's about portion control and about how often are you going to eat it. So now we're going to put that in here. So the vegetables are not overcooked, they're just partially cooked. I knew I was right for that second lot of soup. Just perfect. So that about 3/4 of a cup of that. I'm going to freeze it like that. Well, not quite like that. I'm going to cool it first. And then I'm going to cook the pastry separately and freeze it separately, and I'll show you why. That looks really good. Right, so we're going to let that cool. And now we're going to cut up some lemon. Not my sharpest knife, obviously. Getting there. I do want to make sure that the the chicken cooking the chicken is cooked. I don't want to undercook it because that gets risky. So we're at about 150 now. It needs to be. Anybody know what? Oh, that's Fahrenheit. It does need to be at 165. So we will just have a little chit chat while that's doing that. So let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 chicken pot pies. That's a month's worth right there. And we're going to have chicken on top of here. So that's 5, 6, maybe 7 meals there, servings. And then we've got chicken and roast vegetables. I would think 8, 9, 10 or so. So not bad. I paid $14 for the chicken and should get at least 10 meals out of it, if not more. I think I'll get more. And so that's like, incredibly cost saving, about $1.50 a meal. And the chicken is, good quality chicken. So I'm really happy with that. And if I make 10 servings, that's enough for 2 months, not 1 month. So think about that. Now, I want to talk to you while that chicken is cooking. I want to talk to you about what I was going to do, and I will do it another day. But I wanted to talk to you about the difference between buying deli meat and buying a roast. I wanted to cook a roast turkey breast for you to show you how much turkey there is in a roast turkey breast. And here's the reason why. I would have been able, if they hadn't run out, to get a turkey breast at about $21 for a roll of turkey breast. That would have cost me, as I said, $21. So that is about a kilo worth, and that would be about two pounds for you guys. And so work it out. It worked out to about what was that? It was about 21 cents. No, by 10 years, about 21 cents for 100 grams. No, $2.10. No, 21 cents, whatever you. How much do you pay for a package of deli meat? And I would think you will find that you spend a lot more. The average price for a packet of deli meat here is about close to $5 Canadian. I don't know what it is in the US or wherever else you might be, but I can assure you, you pay through the nose to have them produce it and cut it. Now, here's the other thing I want to let you know, is 9 times out of 10, you don't know what's in there. All right? And so to me, to take a pure turkey breast and cook it and slice it, I know what's in there. It's turkey breast. Whatever seasonings I put in, I know what's in there. I haven't put fillers in there. I haven't put, strange things in there. So I really recommend that. And what you will find is that it saves you a fortune of money. Now, I have every day, as you know, my daily bread. I make a pita. Okay, it's $11 a pound. Yep. So, all right. So, Kimmy's saying $11 a pound where she is, and Jody's saying $9 a pound for turkey where she is in New Hampshire. So it depends where you live in the country. But here is the thing. Is that for sliced meat or is that... That's for sliced, I would think, right? So have a look at buying a turkey roll, all right, a roll of turkey breast, and then consider cutting it up. If you eat sliced meat, every day I have my daily bread, as I call it. I make one small pita out of 3 ounces of um, dough. I measure it out, 3 ounces, and I make a pita, and I put a slice of cheese in there and a slice of deli meat and some cucumbers or some lettuce, depending on what I'm eating that day. And, you know, I worked out that I'm spending $5 a week just on the deli meat. And I'm going, it's cheaper for me to buy the roast and cut it up. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, what about, I can buy the roast. I don't have to cut it all up. I can cube some of it. I can mince some of it. How many of you like minced, a ground turkey? And use that for maybe meatballs occasionally rather than using ground beef, use ground turkey. So if you can see a deal on turkey, it's not a bad time to get it, all right? Thank you very much, Judy. How do they look? Very darn good. Now let's see how they look inside. Let me get my sharper knife. So part of what we need is some sliced meat for the week. So let's just slice some of this up. Look at that, perfectly cooked. And the question is, oh, and it's still juicy inside. That's great. And you remember I put it back for a second coating of the coating. It just made it stick that much more to it. So you've got like almost a crust to it, and it's awesome. All right, so that is my sliced meat for the day, for the week. Here is a meal of chicken tenders, all right, with mayo or something, and I'll have that with some um, sweet potato fries. And I've still got 2 complete chicken breasts left. So oh, put smaller bits in here. This is the chicken pot pie. Okay, another meal. And what I want you to see is just how much we have. I have put enough in for the 4 servings of chicken pot pie. I've got chicken tenders. I've got enough sliced deli meat for the week, and I've got 2 servings of roast chicken to have with um, the vegetables that we are roasting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then cut meat. So yeah, absolutely very economical way to do it. Out of 3 large uh, ch- chicken breasts. I'm going to cook this up. Yeah. So the vegetables are not completely cooked, which is exactly what I wanted. And so what I'm going to do is to put them in a baggie. I hate it when I know I've already just used that. And where did I put it? Oh, I know where I put it. So we have got there we go. It's a nice serving, and with some chicken. So let that cool. Now I think I'm going to make a third meal because I've still got some deli meat to use up this week. So I'm going to put some more of this into a meal. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I've still got plenty. And then I've still got vegetables as well. So I think you'll see that that is a pretty economical way to use up 3 big chicken breasts. And now I want to show you. I'm just going to turn these over. So those are going to go into the bag. So imagine these. I'm going to have those with sweet potato fries, mayo. They are going to be awesome. And then this is my deli meat for the week. More than enough. I actually am going to make another meal out of this because I do know I've still got some deli meat. So I don't need that much. That's another serving. Okay. And we did this in an hour. I gotta have some more of that chicken. I think I might end up eating that tonight. So, pretty easy. Now, what I'm going to do is just put some lemon on here for garnish. Okay, so we'll let that cool down and then we'll go into the freezer. It's a month's worth of chicken in there, right? Chicken once a week. And I've got another month's worth sitting here with chicken and vegetables. That's got to cool down as well. Chicken finger. Fancy those tonight, but I won't have time to do the. Oh, I've got to get frozen because I won't have time to do the fries. So 2 months worth of chicken in 1 hour. All right. Yeah, Jody's saying such nice feeling to have those options prepped, and I can choose how to eat it. You understand, if I don't feel like having chicken and vegetables, I can blend the whole lot up into chicken soup, knowing that it's got lots of vegetables in it and that it's healthy. My biggest problem is if I leave this in front of me, I will eat it while I talk to you. So that is going into a bag. Then I won't eat it. But that's going to be in my pita this week. Piece of lemon. Thought it was a piece of chicken, but it's a piece of lemon. All right, I'm going to get rid of this lot because that's all lemony. And this is the trick with the pot pie. Okay? Get yourself some puff pastry, or make it. If you're good at making it, go right ahead. And if you look, it's actually in little wafers. But what I'm going to do is just take it and cut it in four. Actually, probably need even less than that. Let's see. See what it rolls out to. Yeah, I can probably, still a little bit frozen, so that'll be about right. And what we want is about 4 inches by 2. I think that will be about right. 4 inches by 2. Okay. This is going straight back in the freezer. So now I know puff pastry isn't good for us necessarily, but here's what I'm saying to you is I'm going to have one of these probably every 2 weeks. And that's okay. And look at the portion control. All right. So I'm going to cook those up at 375, let them puff up, and then freeze them. And then when I need to have chicken pot pie, I just pull one out. Yeah, and Jody, you taught me that. Jody's saying it's very reasonable and it's good to treat ourselves every now and then. I found that having a little bit of pastry every now and then is, it's not going to mess up my blood sugar that much. If I have it every day, it would. But, having it once every 2 weeks is not going to be a major. So that's, and how do I know that? Because I'm still not on medication. So there we go. And just going to put them in with the other things. They're just about done. Our cabbage is done, so I'm going to take that out. I have no idea. Hold on a second. I'm going, how long do you cook puff pastry for? I would think about 20 minutes. I don't have it often enough to know. Hold on 1 second. 400 for 15 to 20. I've got it at 375 because it's an air fryer. So there we go. So I've got it 375 for 15 minutes. And that should be plenty. And if not, I'll just turn it over and do the last bit for an extra 5. So guys, I hope that makes sense to you. Just how much you can, again, we're now at 1 hour and 15 minutes, and I've got enough chicken food to eat for 2 months. Pretty easily done. And I spent $14 on it. Remember, be smart now. We cannot afford the prices that are out there today. We've got to get clever with it. And by making a few pot pies, they use less, you don't need as much chicken in there as you would if you did other things, unless you've learned to do without as much meat. Again, remember, wherever possible, add meat as the treat on top of the other food. Now, for example, these wedges of cabbage, I'm going to put a layer of mayo and then sprinkle some chicken on top of that with some tomato. Healthy? I think so. And a nice little treat? Yes. So there you go, guys. See what you can do and be creative. And there is no stopping your creativity, right? And as you can tell, I have yet to find a recipe that works for me, so I just make it up as I go along. and I eat very well. Thank you. So this is DearMamaSal saying, have a wonderful weekend. No broadcast on Sunday because it's Super Bowl. And I will put up a notice, and Jody will remind me to put up a notice. And go Bills is what I'm going to say. This is DearMamaSal saying, thank you for being here. Jody, thank you for the support. Thanks for being here again, always on a Friday. I love it. I'm so sorry to hear about the weather. And Kimmy and everybody else out there, have a wonderful weekend. Try not to get too cold. And I will see you next week, Friday. This is DearMamaSal saying bye-bye for now. Eat well.